Good morning, everybody. Mario from Daily Streetcar here. Wanted to do a quick unboxing and installation video for the Cobb Accessport for the MK7 Volkswagen GLI. I was very excited to move on to their ECU and DSG tuning software, moving away from the JB4 and stepping things up a bit. So here's the box that it comes in. I was very excited that this arrived after a little bit of a delay with UPS. You'll see here that it comes with a card that notes that all maps are loaded and that the Accessport is here. You'll see two things in the box. A first box with accessories and the second box, which is a nice carrying case here that comes with the Accessport itself. We'll go ahead and open both of these up for you all. Forgive me as I try to open this thing up with one hand. I hold the camera with the other. But this is the case that the Accessport comes in. This is my third Accessport, and had one of these for my Mustang and for my Subaru before. So excited to get back into the mix here with my Volkswagen. Comes with a little warning card that says that you have to be flashing over stock tune. Otherwise, you risk doing some damage to your car if you're, say, flashing over another aftermarket tune. And here is the unit itself. Again, a very, very cool little unit. One advantage of having, say, a company like this or a unit like this is that you do get to resell it later on. And inside here you have the mounting bracket. You have an extra faceplate, you have a couple of stickers, and you have the cable here that connects it to your computer for software updates and to load up custom tunes if you want to go that route. In addition to that, you have your accessories box, and in here you have your OBD cable connection. And we'll walk through how to install this here in a little bit. And you also have your adhesive bracket that you can use to mount the unit in your car. And again, the accessories are just that. Now, the folks at Cobb do recommend using a battery charger when you flash your car to make sure your battery doesn't drain during the 20-minute process. So I picked this piece up from Amazon for about $23 It should do the trick. Here it is installed onto the battery. Again, it's a battery maintainer, and it's plugged into the wall and plugged into your battery, and it just makes sure that your battery doesn't drain, because you do risk damaging your ECU if that happens. Once all of that is secure, you'll want to go into your vehicle to begin the installation process for the Cobb Accessport. The first step here is to go ahead and hit your start button. You don't want to start your engine, but rather just hit the button once to turn on the ECU and make sure your dash lights up. And then come down here underneath the steering wheel and find your OBD2 port. In our car, it's this pink port that you see here. You'll want to plug that in. I want to give you a little bit of a better look at it down here. Again, it's this pink port in our vehicles right below the steering wheel, and you'll go ahead and plug in the OBD2 cable into that port. Make sure that it's secure and tight, because the last thing you want to do is for that to unplug during the 20-minute installation process. Once that's in, you're going to want to grab your access port and plug it in. There's my reflection. Hello, everybody. Before I plug it in, just one quick note about the Accessport. A couple more advantages in addition to resale value. You have the ability to change maps on the fly, which a lot of competitors don't give you. They don't give you a physical device. And in addition to that, it's a way for you to look at some gauges while you're driving. So here it is. You'll see the VW logo. You'll want to go ahead and hit continue once it's plugged in. And here is the installation area. You're going to see here that you have the opportunity to install to your ECU, install to both your ECU and your transmission, and to install to transmission only. Since this is our maiden voyage, I'm going to go ahead and install to both. You're going to want to wait for the Accessport to identify the ECU and to identify that it's the right car. US domestic market Volkswagen GLI. Hit continue. and you'll see the different maps here. I'll do a different video later on talking about the different maps, explaining what they are, and we'll also do a review of my behind the wheel feelings about the OTS map. But I'm going to go ahead and pick stage 3 because of the modifications that I have. Make sure your charger is plugged in. Go ahead and hit continue and begin the process. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes to flash your car the first time. When you're changing maps later on, it happens much faster once it's already installed onto the ECU. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a couple of minutes to get installed. While waiting for the Accessport to install, I went ahead and mounted it onto this window mount that I purchased from Amazon for about $11. You'll want to wait for the red bar to get to 100, which it does here, and then it'll complete the process by doing another little countdown. You'll want to wait for this to get to 100% too before you await next steps. Now that that's done, it's going to ask you to turn your ignition off, turn the engine off, and then turn it back on, and then hit the continue button, which we'll go ahead and do now. And then you'll want to hit continue. Wait for it to clear any codes that the vehicle is throwing, and once it does that, installation is complete. So I am going to have the Accessport unit mounted up here while I'm driving so I could take a look at various gauges, track data as I drive. I will be doing another video shortly on my thoughts on the OTS tune and the DSG tune, so be on the lookout for that. And thanks everybody for watching. Take care and be safe.